This is your moment. You're not here by chance. You're here because you're meant to rise. The challenges you face aren't obstacles. They're proof of your power. Nobody targets the ordinary. Right now, the stage is being set for your breakthrough. Step forward boldly. Your destiny is calling, and it won't wait. Let's go. This web of manipulation isn't woven in obscurity. It's constructed right before your eyes, cloaked in the ordinary and unremarkable. Those around you, who walk beside you with reassuring words and pleasant facades, may harbor intentions that cut deep. Their gestures of kindness mask calculated strategies, carefully designed to erode your potential before it has the chance to thrive. Systems, relationships, and conventions become tools in their hands, turning every pillar of stability into an avenue for control. The masterminds behind these efforts are not hidden away in shadows, but embedded in your daily reality. Authority figures twist the very structures meant to support you, while familiar faces, friends, co-workers, even family, are unwittingly or deliberately enlisted as allies in their agenda. The threat doesn't arrive with a battle cry. It whispers through unspoken rules, assumptions you've never questioned, and loyalties you've never doubted. What makes you dangerous to them is not just your existence, but your capacity to disrupt their fragile balance of power. Your boldness, ideas, and unwillingness to conform ripple through their carefully constructed worlds, bringing discomfort to their predictable order. The spark within you threatens to ignite something they cannot extinguish, change, and for that, they target you relentlessly, working to undermine your confidence, plant seeds of doubt, and obscure your path to success. The signs of their interference surround you. Inexplicable delays in recognition, doors that should have opened but didn't, whispers that tarnish your reputation without cause. Evidence vanishes at critical moments, and institutions that boast fairness align against you when your truth threatens to expose their carefully maintained illusions. Their aim is insidious, creating a maze of doubt and resistance to make you question your own reality, your worth, and your capacity to rise above. Declare it boldly. Truth belongs to me. This is no mere proclamation. It is a line drawn in the sand, a rallying cry against those who sought to bind your potential and siphon your strength. Like an ancient story retold through time, your defiance resonates with a world uncomfortable with introspection. History is rich with examples of those who dared to challenge the lies and illusions surrounding them. Their legacies persist not because they followed the path of least resistance, but because they unveiled the uncomfortable truths others feared to face. Your presence does the same. It disrupts their fragile constructs and shatters the illusion of control. The forces against you operate with precision, striking in ways that go unnoticed at first, slowly weaving a net of doubts and hidden motives. They don't approach with open hostility, but mask their intentions behind facades of assistance, slipping into your confidence only to sow chaos. Their aim isn't direct confrontation, but quiet subjugation, achieved through exhaustion and resignation. But their plans falter in the face of resilience. The more they tighten their grip, the more cracks form in their strategies. Their carefully orchestrated deceptions crumble when confronted with an unwavering will, a refusal to accept the narratives they've imposed. They mistake your silence for surrender, underestimating the storm that gathers beneath. Their fear is palpable, not of who you are, but of what you could become. They dread the ripple effect of your awakening, the power of someone who refuses to bow to manipulation. The strength within you is not isolated. It is a spark that could ignite countless others to challenge the false foundations they've built. They cling to their schemes with desperation, knowing full well that their illusions cannot withstand the weight of truth. This is not your battle alone, and it never was. You are part of something larger, a force of disruption against a world built on fragile lies. It is not you who should look over your shoulder. They are the ones who tremble, sensing the inevitable collapse of the control they once believed unshakable. What unfolds is not a whispered legend passed in hushed tones, but an unyielding campaign, a finely tuned engine of accountability steered by those who reject the grip of corruption. These are master strategists, unseen yet omnipresent, dismantling the edifices of deceit with precision unmatched. They stand undeterred by threats or doubts, wielding knowledge as their weapon and insight as their shield. Their task transcends enforcement. It is a calculated dissection of empires rooted in betrayal. This operation thrives on the defiance of conformity. It is led by courageous truth-tellers who jeopardize everything: careers, security, and even their identities, to shine a light where shadows dominate. These individuals form intricate alliances spanning continents, weaving a network so expansive that its capabilities border on the extraordinary. Cutting-edge technologies unravel webs of deceit, extracting clarity from the chaos of encrypted data and hidden communications. Yet, no machine replaces the intuitive brilliance of human perception, which identifies deception lurking beneath polished facades. This isn't a conventional force, but a coalition of disruptors intent on toppling systems that stifle freedom and feed greed. The results of their efforts are seismic. Corruption, cloaked in corporate veneers and hidden within bureaucratic layers, is exposed for what it truly is: a corrosive force that erodes trust and humanity alike. Through their relentless work, they trace the paths of deceit from private chambers to public consequences, revealing the insidious nature of exploitation and suppression. The mission transcends uncovering secrets. It dismantles the very foundations of a status quo built on exploitation. Fraudulent deals, covert pacts, and systemic betrayal are laid bare, exposing the extent of malfeasance in granular detail. This initiative is revolutionary, not just in its execution, but in its ambition. It doesn't merely seek justice within human constructs. It endeavors to rewrite the very framework of what accountability can achieve, operating on a scale that challenges the boundaries of imagination. Justice operates beyond the boundaries of human constructs, propelled by an unseen force that transcends time and space. Each revelation feels as though it was destined, an alignment of truths unraveling in a calculated dance to dismantle those who manipulate and oppress. This is not mere adherence to man-made laws. It is a call to the universal principles of harmony and equity. Where chaos once thrived, these forces demand restoration and accountability. Justice is not handed out. It is claimed through conviction and bravery. Those who rise against corruption are not just fighters. They are architects of a transformed world, built on transparency and unwavering truth. This is a movement that calls for your active participation. Every stand you take against deceit, every refusal to submit to manipulation, fuels the very essence of this relentless pursuit. Justice is not a passive ideal. It is an unyielding force that requires courage to face the storms of opposition and boldness to demand what is rightfully yours. It is not just an inheritance. It is your birthright to seize. A higher order of guardians operates within this mission. Leaders whose influence resonates far beyond their positions. Their motivations are not rooted in ambition or personal gain, but in a profound duty to confront the shadows that threaten balance. These figures are guided by principles that surpass the confines of earthly pursuits. They dismantle falsehoods and defend the path meant for your growth and liberation. Unwavering in their purpose, they wield authority as both a shield against chaos and a weapon against treachery. Every action they take disrupts the foundations of corruption, cutting through layers of deceit that have long gone unchallenged. Where others compromise, they remain resolute, forging ripples of transformation across systems designed to manipulate and oppress. This is not governance as usual. It is a declaration of war against disorder, a reclamation of what was taken through deception and greed. Their mission is not a fleeting crusade, but a fundamental shift, a battle not just for survival, but for the reclamation of dignity, integrity, and truth. The dismantling of injustice is not a dream. It is an inevitability shaped by those who refuse to falter. You are not a mere observer, but a vital force in this revolution. Your resolve, your actions, and your voice are integral to shaping this new era of accountability and fairness. In the quiet shadows of your life, a network of deceit has thrived, its architects masquerading as allies, cloaked in feigned loyalty and whispered reassurances. Their importance is rooted not in status, but in their audacity to exploit their closeness to you. They have operated under the guise of care, weaving a web of subtle manipulation that bound you in invisible chains. The smiles they wore and the hands they extended were tools, wielded to keep you from questioning the structure they carefully erected around you. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your abundance to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. This betrayal was never meant to be discovered. It was layered with precision, blending into the rhythm of your life, designed to feel indistinguishable from reality. They planted seeds of doubt under the guise of guidance, steering your choices with an agenda hidden behind masks of concern. Their endgame was not your success, but your inertia, thriving in the confidence that you would remain blind to their calculated moves. But the equilibrium they relied on has shattered. The truth has been set ablaze, illuminating the deceit that sought to hold you back. Each illusion has begun to crumble, revealing faces etched with envy and insecurity. The threads they wove so intricately are unraveling, and the universe, relentless in its pursuit of justice, has refused to let their actions go unnoticed. This revelation is not a coincidence, it is a reckoning. The lies that once imprisoned you are being stripped away, leaving behind the raw and unvarnished truth. With every deceit uncovered, you are released from the burdens they imposed. This unveiling is a reclamation of your power, clearing the path for you to move forward unrestrained and untangled. What once seemed immovable has been uprooted, and the foundation of falsehood they relied on can no longer support its weight. You are no longer tethered by illusions. You are unburdened, free to rise with clarity and strength. The timing of this exposure is no accident. It is preparation for a future that demands your unyielding resolve. This is not merely an end to deceit. It is the beginning of a journey where you are unstoppable, forging a path built on authenticity and purpose. The tide of accountability has turned, sweeping through every hidden deceit, every calculated betrayal, and every thread of corruption spun in darkness. The architects of these schemes now stand in full view, their facades stripped away by their own hubris. Their undoing is not the result of vengeance, but the natural culmination of actions that defied balance. This reckoning unfolds with an unrelenting force, dismantling the structures they used to manipulate and control. Their downfall is inevitable, not as a punishment, but as a restoration of order. The evidence, undeniable and piercing, becomes the hammer of justice. Courtrooms transform into arenas where truth triumphs over fabrication. The masks they wore so carefully crumble under scrutiny, exposing the cracks in their foundations. Once impenetrable sanctuaries of influence are taken apart, brick by brick, leaving their once formidable power a hollow shell. The very tools they wielded to suppress and harm now rebound against them, leaving no escape from the collapse they themselves orchestrated. For you, this is more than their failure. It is your emancipation. The invisible chains that sought to confine your spirit are shattered, each broken link a testament to your resilience. As their influence fades, the clarity and strength you may have doubted surge back, not as a gentle reminder, but as a tidal wave of empowerment. You stand unencumbered, ready to move forward with a vigor they once sought to extinguish. The chaos they sowed dissipates, leaving behind the calm after the storm. Your future, once obscured by their shadows, now shines unobstructed. This is not just an ending, but a beginning. One where your freedom and potential are no longer held hostage by the weight of their deceit. Rising from this turning point, you embody the strength they feared, stepping confidently into a future that is undeniably yours to claim. Justice follows a trajectory that cannot be diverted, a momentum that builds with every truth held, every act of defiance against deceit. Though it may seem delayed, it is unwavering in its arrival, delivering outcomes with precision and finality. The foundation of this triumph was laid through your steadfast integrity, a quiet force that shaped the events now unfolding in your favor. Those who sought to undermine you underestimated a simple truth. While lies may fester in the shadows, they dissolve under the scrutiny of truth's light. Betrayals may leave scars, but those marks are symbols of resilience, not defeat. They tell the story of battles faced and truths unearthed. You are no longer simply enduring, you are transforming. Justice is not a distant force, it courses through you, relentless in its pursuit and unyielding in its resolve. The orchestration of these revelations was not random, it was deliberate. Each event, each disclosure, forms part of a grand narrative pulling you toward freedom. Whistleblowers, documents, and unraveling schemes are not coincidental. They are the result of a larger mechanism at play. Forces beyond comprehension align to dismantle the structures that sought to oppress you. This is a choreography of precision, where hidden truths emerge with impeccable timing to restore balance to what was once fractured. Each piece of evidence, each moment of clarity is a step forward, pushing you beyond the limits once imposed by lies and manipulation. What was taken, whether it was your peace, opportunities, or autonomy, is now returning in abundance. This is not merely reparation, it is liberation. The chaos that clouded your vision dissolves, replaced by a harmonious clarity where you can thrive without distraction. You are entering a space of empowerment, one where truth reigns supreme and the noise of deceit holds no power over your trajectory. This moment is a reckoning, a purge of all illusions that clouded your vision and held you captive to deceit. It is a storm that clears the debris from your path, forcing you to confront what has been obscured. The truth arrives not as a gentle whisper, but as a roaring tide, leaving no corner untouched and no shadow unexplored. Those who wore false masks of loyalty are now exposed under the unrelenting light of revelation. The duplicity once hidden in plain sight is now glaring, undeniable. With this clarity comes an awakening of your inner strength, a newfound ability to discern intentions before they take root. The armor you wear is not born of bitterness, but crafted from resilience. Each betrayal a tempered strike that sharpens your intuition and bolsters your resolve. The transformation, brought by adversity, reshapes not only your journey, but the landscape around you. The systems that once stifled your growth and suppressed fairness are crumbling under the weight of their own corruption. This is more than a personal victory. It is a shift in the collective fabric. The chains that once sought to bind you also ensnared others, and their breaking sends waves of liberation far beyond your reach. With barriers removed, the future before you is fertile ground for progress and opportunity. This is not a reset, but a rebirth, a chance to rebuild, guided by the clarity you have fought to achieve. Each step forward carries purpose, driven by the wisdom and strength you've gained. You are no longer shaped by the constraints of the past, but empowered by the limitless potential of your unburdened path. Moments of transformation are rarely subtle. They shatter the familiar and make way for the extraordinary. Just as a river carves its path through stone, the unveiling of truth clears away the obstructions that once confined you. This revelation is not simply an event. It is a seismic shift that dismantles the barriers erected to control you. It does not merely release you from limitations. It arms you with an unyielding sense of purpose. What once tethered you is now irrelevant, swept away by the undeniable force of clarity. This is the dawn of a new reality, where your voice, your choices, and your power are no longer compromised by hidden agendas. Proclaim it. You stand unfettered, unshaken, and unstoppable. The ripples of this transformation stretch far beyond your individual experience. It is a reminder that truth, though obscured, is always waiting to rise. It cannot be permanently buried by schemes or silenced by fear. Each revelation is a declaration that justice, though delayed, remains inevitable. You are no longer simply enduring, you are thriving, a living testament to the resilience forged in adversity. Every obstacle, betrayal, and challenge that once sought to break you has instead fortified you, sharpening your focus and strengthening your resolve. These trials were not random. They were the crucible that shaped you into the unbreakable force you are today. This is not the end of a struggle. It is the beginning of a journey paved with intention, clarity, and power. Endurance alone wasn't your story. You emerged not just intact, but unbreakable. Every difficulty you faced acted as a relentless forge, refining you into a force that refuses to yield. The challenges you encountered were not random storms. They were the catalysts that burned away what was unnecessary, leaving behind resilience as pure as tempered steel. Betrayal stripped away the illusion of trust, misplaced, granting you the power to see through falsehoods. Failure became your fiercest instructor, teaching you the resolve to stand firm, and loss unearthed a gratitude that fuels your momentum. What tried to crush your spirit only revealed your strength. Those moments of uncertainty became stepping stones, each one solidifying your foundation. Where hesitation once lingered, confidence now reigns. The lessons etched into your soul are no longer marks of hardship, but tools of mastery. You don't just face challenges, you meet them with precision and insight. Pain taught you vigilance, obstacles sharpened your ingenuity, and setbacks fueled your hunger to rise higher than before. Your story mirrors those who transformed personal trials into forces for change. Consider a voice like that of Nelson Mandela, whose years of imprisonment did not silence him, but gave him the clarity to shape a movement that redefined a nation. The adversities you faced hold that same transformative potential. They were not the end. They were the beginning, a crucible in which your purpose was forged. You now navigate the world with wisdom that others only dream of attaining. The doubts that once sought to root themselves in your path have been replaced by an unshakable certainty of your own strength. The scars you carry are not marks of defeat, but emblems of victory, proof that you can endure, adapt, and thrive. Each trial has become a building block, not of survival, but of triumph. What you possess now is a power that defies fear, a vision that pierces through uncertainty, and a resilience that no force can shake. You don't merely stand in the aftermath of adversity, you rise as its conqueror. Where others see chaos, you see strategy. Where others falter, you charge forward with purpose. The storms you've weathered were not meant to diminish you. They revealed the greatness you always carried within. Let those who underestimated you see the transformation and recognize their miscalculation. The strength you wield now is not a borrowed force. It is entirely your own, born from the battles you've won. You are no longer shaped by the challenges you faced. Instead, you shape the world around you. Victory is not just your destination. It is your essence, undeniable and permanent. Every force in the universe conspires toward balance, ensuring that the weight of lies and manipulation is overthrown by undeniable truth. This alignment is no accident. It is the meticulous orchestration of energies that dismantle what no longer serves you. Protection surrounds you not as a passive veil, but as an impenetrable armor built from clarity and conviction. Those who sought to undermine you have underestimated the resilience forged through your journey. Their deceit falls apart, unraveling under the weight of their own missteps, while your path forward shines with unparalleled certainty. This is not mere coincidence. It is the intentional dismantling of chaos to make way for a purpose that has always been yours. What you face now is not instability, but the solid foundation of hard-earned wisdom. Your triumph is not fleeting. It is the inevitable outcome of standing firm against the storms that tried to unseat you. The forces at work on your behalf ensure that every moment of adversity is transformed into a stepping stone toward greatness. No betrayal, no challenge, and no opposition can stand in the way of a future defined by strength and purpose. You are no longer shackled by the illusions created to hold you back. You move with the freedom of someone who has seen through every deception and emerged stronger for it. Now is the time for transformation, a moment where every ounce of your strength and clarity converge to redefine your narrative. This is not simply about surviving. It is about taking the reins of your destiny with unwavering resolve. The revelation before you is not just a gift of knowledge, but a powerful liberation, clearing every obstacle from your path. You stand here not because the journey was easy, but because you refused to be broken by it. What lies ahead is a landscape ready to be shaped by your vision, free from the shadows of manipulation. The betrayals, challenges, and storms have not left you weaker. they have crafted a version of you that cannot be shaken. You have risen not as someone carrying the weight of the past, but as a force capable of navigating any challenge with grace and precision. The barriers that once defined your struggles are now behind you, shattered under the weight of truth. What remains is a clear horizon, one that reflects the strength, wisdom, and resilience you have earned. You move forward, not as a survivor, but as a creator of your own destiny, unyielding and unstoppable. This is the turning point, where potential transforms into action, where your resolve is no longer a quiet flame, but a blazing inferno. What you face is not merely an unveiling of schemes, but a revelation of your capacity to endure, adapt, and rise. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are meant to be a beacon of unwavering strength and clarity. Take this moment and let it be a proclamation of all that you've fought for and all that you've become. Your story is not just yours to tell. It is a testament to the power of resilience and the beauty of a spirit that refuses to be broken. Share it not only to ignite hope in others, but to solidify the victories you've claimed along the way. The world is waiting to see what happens when determination is fused with insight, and the answer is right here. You, standing tall and unstoppable. This is more than a chapter in your life. It is the beginning of a legacy forged in perseverance and triumph.